What is your good name again? Satyajit Pandit. Congress. Please introduce your topic.
Honorable judges, esteemed dignitaries on and off the dais, and my fellow citizens of world's largest democracy. I stand here on the 80th Independence Day not to speak, rather to do an audit on the topic: has social media really strengthened or weakened our economy? So talking about audit, what comes to our mind first is the balance sheet. Now, one of my friends has already told about the assets of the social media. Now, again, I'll tell few assets and the liabilities of social media. That is, the assets as it follows: it gives enormous information, it gives public opinion a platform, it gives empowerment, and it gives free speech. So comes the liabilities. The liabilities are misinformation, and with that it comes with polarization, algorithm polarization, and the most important liability is mass privacy violation. So what do you get the knowledge from this balance sheet? The assets and liabilities doesn't tally, right? And as the future accountants and the so-called accountants and the CMAs in this chamber, we all know that when the balance sheet doesn't tally, we say that there is something wrong in the book of accounts. Now let us look into the book of accounts. Firstly, the misinformation the social media spreads. Yes, I would say the misinformation is the biggest bad debt in our democracy. Yes, we know that bad debt cannot be recovered, it can only be written off, and once it is written off, it is gone. And this misinformation exactly plays the same role. When lies outruns facts, the election loses their democratic choices and becomes the malpractice ledger entries, where the figures are correct built on fiction. Now coming to the second point, that is polarization of algorithm. And I would say this is a suspense account, right? In accounting, we know that suspense account holds the entries that are unreconciled, right? And in our democracy, social media algorithms are quite do the same thing. For example, as we see that India is a country with 1.4 billion people with 22 official languages. But when we come to the social media platform, it only feeds with those content that brings in us the anger and the fear, and we take the social media content as a trial court, which is totally wrong. And this all brings to an unreconciled trial balance in our democracy. So, my dear young Indians, the so-called Yuva Shakti, I want to tell that we scroll 4 hours a day, but we vote once in 5 years. My friend said that democracy is not only about vote, but I would say democracy is only about vote, because that is the one power that we, the citizens of India, have, and the Constitution has given up. The thumb we will raise, the thumb we will not raise to scroll only the reels or scroll the media. We will use this thumb, and this thumb is more powerful than any politician's speeches, than any prime minister and any chief minister. This thumb can stand for the truth and can bury the truth also, and this thumb can unite the nation and also can divide it. So it is the Gen Zs, okay, sorry. As the Colonel sir said today morning, the Gen Z is a USA slang. We should use the word Yuva Shakti or the youth. So my message to the youth is, we shouldn't treat ourselves as a user in this nation. We should treat ourselves as a citizen. And for your example, citizenship is not a notification that you can swipe it away. Citizenship comes with responsibility. And the Vikasit Bharat of 2047, and that is not built by the youth, those goes viral with the reels and with the contents of the Nimboda or anything of this today's generation. The youth, Viksit Bharat of 2047 will be built by the youth among us, those who stand for the truth today, tomorrow, and yesterday also. So thank you, and I would like to conclude my speech. Have a great day.